All right, for you, just make sure your mouth stay right up on the microphone, and then you'll be good to go. I'll send you the show once we get finished.
Sweet. Let's rock and roll.
Am I good? I'm good.
You might want to come down just a little bit. There you go.
All
All right, y'all. It may not mean nothing to y'all. Understand nothing was done to me.
right.
I want this name forever, man, ever, man, ever, man. Woo! And we are back right here on the Real 1100 AM iHeartRadio. We back live.
All right now.
Hey, y'all sit and let me get back on air.
When y'all gonna have my demo as the intro?
We only do light skin music on this air station.
I need my demo played.
Mike Ben, my man Mike Ben, bro. We tore up the Paradise Lounge last week, man. Oh my God, they had a live band there from DC. I mean, it was off the chain.
Did you go?
I don't know what the hell they was doing, but it sounded good. Anyway, just to get some announcements out of the way. This ain't the first of the week, but just to get some quick announcements out of the way. If you are out in the Douglasville area and you want to look fly like your boy right here, if you want that nice fly cut, I want y'all to go see my barber over at 6405 Fairburn Road, and that's Douglasville, Georgia, 30134. Just Google them if you're out in the Douglasville area. I promise you they're going to pull up at Studio 1211. You can call schedule an appointment. They full of 5-star reviews. You see how I brought that in. They full of 5-star reviews.
Stop trying to cut your hair yourself.
Hey, I tried that one time. Bro, I had to go bald. But also, if you're out in the Smyrna area, and if you want to get fit, you want to get a little buff, it's a new year. Everybody trying to get their money right, their mind right, get your body right. Go visit my friends over at Titans Air, 1834 South Cobb Industrial Drive. It is ran by my world champion friend, Daniel Stuckert, and his world champion wife, Rachel Stuckert, that trains me personally with Impact Fitness. You can visit them right there in Smyrna, or you can visit them online at titans.net, and they will get you hooked up. Tell them KC sent you, and they will give you a free training on me.
All right now.
We got a shout out this week.
We do got a shout out.
We got a shout out.
Actually, on my way over here, Yolanda asked me to shout her out.
Yolanda.
QFC. Yolanda. See, I had to go to the VA, right, and get my little checkup, check-in, whatever. And she said, you don't never shout me out. So Yolanda, manager there, QFC, this is your shout out. And then my second shout out, I had to put the bins on the brakes, man. The Benz hydraulic in the back went down. So I had to take it to my man Eddie from Styles and Profiles right there off of 85 in Riverdale.
All right.
So he gonna get me right by this weekend, but my junk is sitting low. I'm low riding.
Tell Ed I'm gonna have to come see him because I was doing some racing in the Beamer. And I smacked up against it a little bit.
Oh yeah. You gotta go see Eddie at Styles and Profile. He gonna look out for you, bro.
Oh yeah. I'm going, man.
But I had to cry, man. My junk is sitting low ride for real, bro.
Also, let us officially announce the return of the master classes. We will be resuming these master classes. It is all digital, so you can do it from the comfort of your office or the comfort from your home and learn how to grow your business.
Yes.
Learn how to explode your business this year. Learn what you need to be doing in 2022 because what happened in 21 ain't rolling this year.
Before you go out of business. Oh, stop being messy now.
I keep trying to tell these folks, everybody want to listen to Facebook marketing and all this type of stuff, and then you need to run Facebook ads. You need to run Facebook ads, and they ain't getting that one customer. Not one customer coming across for y'all.
You know what you about to say. Nada.
I'm from Alabama, man. I can't help it. But joining me in studio, I'm so excited. He is a good friend. He is a rapper.
He a rapper.
He a rapper.
Oh,
ball player.
We about to do we about to spit bars up in here.
Oh, I'm not ready for it.
But he is a definitely a marketing expert. We worked together in several big companies and this type of thing, and I've always been just awed by his talent and his vision and just his whole process to it. So joining us today in studio, Mr. Cole Cummins.
What's up, y'all?
How you been, brother?
Chilling, man.
I've been great.
Oh, he get all
He got
that.
it. That's the engineer
like
right
you.
there. Everybody
Okay,
needs to
okay.
know Greg, the engineer.
We're gonna get G Money some flowers today.
He got to get it, man, every time.
Love it.
But
I ain't got the headphones in, but I assume it was something.
Man, he
nice,
did your
so I had
da-da-da-da.
the
Yeah, he
perfect-
put
I know,
it in
right?
Love it.
thought we was in the club for a minute. But nah, man, how you been? What you been up to? Because I know you busy this time of year.
Oh man, I've been so busy. Can't complain. A lot of marketing contracts rolling right now.
Okay.
I first off want to say I wasn't prepared for the studio setup to be so immaculate, yo.
You on real radio, bro. We
Right?
pumping to 1 million folks.
We got KC with the shout outs. We got Jeff the hype man. I'm very impressed. So
He called
thank
me
you guys.
Biscuit. I'm the hype man.
Oh,
Go
man.
Hammer. Do the Hammer.
Do the little damn. But no, man, it's crazy because it's the first of the year. Everybody got them big bright ideas and all this type of stuff. Folks ready to start spending these budgets. What are you hearing out here in the business world right now? What's the main things that people are looking to do?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm a little bit biased in the sense that the word I hear most is SEO.
Uh-huh.
So I do a lot of freelance marketing strategy, but I mean, my bread and butter is SEO.
Okay.
So I feel like that's a term that a lot of small businesses hear.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, we need to do that SEO thing. But
Yeah.
they have no clue what it is
Oh, yeah.
or how to go about doing it. And like you said, it's the first of the year. So there's a lot of people with like fresh ideas, new like startups, trying to ramp up small business.
Oh, yeah.
And business has been booming. I mean, people need marketing all the time.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I kind of chose this path. But yeah, we've also been working on some things that are pretty exciting.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
But
Gotta be a good year.
it's so crazy. It's like now you even starting to see the emergence of SMO, where you got to do the social media optimizing because people can't even find you on social now.
absolutely.
And it's like you got billions and billions of sites and billions of people online trying to, make noise and market their company and this type of stuff. So if you're not doing the proper stuff, and I know it's so funny, it's almost like we going back to the basics or going back to where we started. But hell, if you ain't doing the basics, trust me, you ain't getting nowhere. You can run all the ads you want to, but we still ain't gonna find you.
But the interesting thing about that is the fact that people don't know there's so many types of SEO.
Oh, yes.
SEO is not one thing. It's like you got
absolutely.
image optimization, you got video optimization, you got local optimization. I mean, there's so many different SEO things out there. I know you hear it all the time. You're like, well, I just need to rank in Google.
Yeah, and it's funny too. Like my favorite question doing what I do is like, people think there's some sort of cookie cutter manual
Yeah.
to like,
Yeah.
let's do the textbook of SEO.
Yeah.
And like my answer to that is there's no right way
Just
to do
turn it
SEO.
on.
Like
Just
it's
turn it
different for
on.
everyone.
Yeah.
you know, there's no like silver bullet strategy.
Exactly. But that's such an important part because a mom and pop is not gonna be able to do the same thing that Home Depot can do.
Oh no.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So when you start to look at a big corporation versus a very small business, and we talking about this SEO, and yes, it is expensive because it is a lot of damn work.
Yeah.
All of us can attest to that. But when you start looking at it, just because you see McDonald's doing something this way, don't mean it's gonna work for your business.
Absolutely.
They got 1,000 McDonald's just here locally.
Yeah.
So I mean, really.
Yeah.
And then when we start talking about local SEO, because I think a lot of folks mistake that. They really don't understand what we're talking about when we're saying local SEO.
Yeah, true. And I think that like you just mentioned, I mean, localization is just one facet of this huge universe.
Oh, yeah.
That is SEO. But yeah, I know. I think that like small businesses think that it's going to take a lot of money to start doing SEO the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And really, like, you can use whatever amount of money you have to start and to grow. You know, I think that's what I try to teach people the most is that, like, you better put in a smaller amount of money, figure out what works, and then start optimizing instead of, like, putting together some 20 grand, you know, and just, like, throwing it at a marketing company who's just going to BS you and take your money.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Now tell me this, because we see in the emergence of so many of these automated platforms that claim they can do it for you. And I've seen a lot of them, honestly, that can find pieces. You know, like almost any plugin now can write stuff into the head tags and this type of stuff. Spyful has been great as far as finding, all right, for your content, this is the keywords.
Yeah.
But still, there's a big part of it that we still need humans for. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that obviously as technology continues to evolve rapidly, like AIs are going to get better and better.
Oh yeah.
And there are, you know, AIs that write content for you.
Mhm.
But the thing that you can't fake yet with machine learning and AI is that human creativity.
Oh yeah.
You know, like human voice and tone. Because sure, like you can get a bot to write a bunch of keywords.
Yeah.
But is it gonna sound like English?
Yeah.
Probably.
Now,
not.
Cole, I gotta put KC on blast. We had a guest last week. He tried to replace me. Our guest Jerry has a company that has an AI, and they do machine learning.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Well, you know, Jeff really isn't doing much on the show, so we can
just put this in
replace him."
place.
Yeah, he tried to replace me, man.
What? That's messed
But now,
up.
it's Smart Insights. Honestly, is a great tool because we've really been digging into it. And what it does, it tracks these customers and understands the buying habits.
Mhm.
So, but based off what you've bought in the past, now I know I can potentially sell you in the future. So, and like we talked about, it is so much cheaper to keep a customer than to get a customer.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of times you might spend $50-$60 to get that one conversion,
Yep.
just to get that one customer. But if you're already buying from me, we already got that relationship.
And another thing we talked about is I can't be replaced. That's one thing I can't be replaced. Now, my reputation was on the line, and I heard you were a reputation guru.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yes.
he heard me. Cut me deep.
Now, let's talk about reputation for a minute, because this has been a big thing here lately. Because what ends up happening, a lot of times you either have a bad day, or a lot of times it ain't you. Some folks just come in your business and they pissed off anyway, and they looking for somebody to take it out on, and then they end up trashing you in the reviews. And then next thing you know, you don't have nobody managing it, nobody's responding to this type of stuff, and before you know it, everybody know all your business, and a lot of it ain't even true, and they looking at making these decisions right there on Google.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And we see it all the time.
Yeah.
So we found a solution. So that, but no, the very first time I thought about this, Cole was the first person I called, because we worked together before in technology companies. So I already knew the type of processes and this type of thing he goes through. So as we were sitting here starting to think about this type of stuff, how do you capture all these 5-star reviews and not get the negative reviews, but still be able to deal with the problems that come from people that had a bad experience in your business?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, like when you called me, and you were like, "Yo, we gotta create something that helps people boost their reviews."
Oh yeah.
You know, that's not like a brand new idea, but in today's day and age, like you just mentioned, it's so important. Like,
yes,
when I look for a restaurant,
that's the
like
first
that's
thing.
like like base level, right? I'm looking at the stars that it has and the money signs.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Can I afford this place, and is it gonna be good, and the service is gonna be good?
Oh
right?
yeah.
And that's how I make a lot of my decisions. But when you take that into the next tier of things that really matter, like the medical industry,
Yes.
like who are you going to choose a doctor, or like who's going to do surgery on you? These industries care so much about Google ratings. It's like their golden egg, you know, and people lose thousands and thousands, millions of dollars if they don't have a good reputation online. So when you brought that idea,
and I'm glad you said that, because people don't understand the opportunity cost. Like all the people that may have been customers or may have been patients, if you had decent reviews, or at least responding to the negativity that they saw out there.
Yeah.
So we created a system that does nothing but produce 5-star reviews. Like, I can't tell you the magic behind it, but I can tell you the name, because we will be launching it right in February to the general public. It's Smarter Reviews.
Mm-hmm.
So with this system that we put together, we are able to capture all of these positive reviews. Then we also help you understand the psychology of the reviews. You see what I'm saying? When do I get this review? Yeah. Don't sit up there and ask somebody for, hey, you want to review us, and you see the person pissed off? Why are you going to ask them to do that? You know what I'm saying? But if they just saw the doctor, they're coming out, they happy, they smiling, they had a great visit. Hey, why don't you leave this review for us? And then we hit them in the right spot, because we've tested this so many times in so many different practices. I ain't going to name no name, but I mean, it was horrible. And it was the doctor's fault. Yeah. Bad attitude, and was just pissing patients off left and right. But we tried to put in all these different stop measures. So we tried to put an iPad up there so we could capture it. Nobody, okay. My bad, we can't say it on the radio. But we tried to put like a iPad inside.
can't see.
We tried to put an iPad in the office. Nobody could ever remember their Google login. Or either people were staying logged in, and then folks was able to see their emails and all this other type of stuff. So when me and Cole came together, we said, hey, how can we do this and capture this right there on the phone? And with our system, not only are we showing you when to capture it the right way, the other thing is we hitting them exactly where we need to. So when this thing comes across on your phone, you're already logged into your Google account. You see what I'm saying? So we don't have that error anymore of, I can't remember my password and I can't do this. And next thing you know, this person stand up here at the checkout, making this line get longer and longer.
True. Yeah. Now, how do you actually work when it comes to, how do I word this? Companies hiring people to write bad reviews.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a whole market around reviews.
Oh, yeah.
Like when I was doing research for this product specifically, I found that companies are spending thousands of dollars trying to get rid of negative reviews that already exist.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So they're on Google. There's nothing they can do about it.
And Google will not remove them.
Yeah, Google
they will
is
not.
hands off. They're like, sorry, like
Freedom
that
of
was
speech,
a
homie.
user-generated review.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing you can do. So the only way to combat that is to get more positive reviews.
Okay.
Right? But the thinking behind our product is, what if you could mitigate negative reviews showing up on Google?
Okay.
And I don't know how deep you want to go into this.
Don't tell them how we do it.
But I don't know. This is my elevator pitch for it. It's like, if someone leaves a positive review, it goes to Google. If someone leaves a negative review, it goes to a place where only the provider can see it. And then they can choose to do with that what they will.
They can go ahead and try to solve it before it.
Yeah, but it's not going straight to the bread and butter rating system that decides, you know, their reputation.
We launched this project as a pilot in Georgia Podiatry. And I'm telling that so folks can go look and see the proof for yourself. 95 positive reviews, 1 negative.
In how long?
Over a year's period of time. 95 positive reviews. And the only thing that slowed them down was they was having a whole bunch of repeat patients that already had left the reviews. You see what I'm saying? So it's one of those type things, man, when you are able to, people just want to be heard. And people want to make sure that I've heard you and you're going to do something about it, or I'm listening to you. That's the main thing. And our system allows you to get those complaints, respond to those complaints, rectify whatever the issue is, but we ain't got to do it in public.
Exactly.
Because a lot of times it might not be exactly what everybody is thinking. But when you see all this stuff out there, and I've seen this literally destroy businesses over and over again, those negative reviews. We had a jump park out in Douglasville, and the jump park was doing great at first, and then someone got hurt because it's a jump park. It was bad, but signed away. But after we started getting folks getting hurt and this type of stuff, the owner, you know, didn't take care of it as well, and this type of stuff, and negative review after negative review after negative review, and 6 months later, the business was closed. Because nobody wanted to come in there.
Wow. Yeah.
Like, seriously, it's that important.
Yeah.
And then you see in the emergence of all these other platforms like ZocDoc and all this other type of stuff, health grades, all this type of stuff, but still, Google is king.
Yeah.
When it comes to the reviews, that's where everybody's going.
And I've seen, you know, everybody acts like the customer's always right, and that's not always the case.
No.
I've seen people write reviews like they never pick up the phone, but they call it 1 a.m. Yeah, nobody's gonna pick up the phone, you know, but they were like, well, they don't answer their calls.
Oh yeah. You calling the restaurant and all this type of stuff, but you mad because can't nobody get to you at 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Prime time lunch. I'm just saying.
No, absolutely. I mean, I was talking to my therapist last week and I was telling him about this idea. And he was like, holy crap, like, I wish I could do business with you like legally, but we're not allowed to do that. But he was saying,
you can do business with me legally.
I low-key did throw that alley-oop. I was like, you talk to my business partner. But yeah, no, he was saying, like, you know, there are people that really care about the work that they do and give it their all every single day, week to week, all year, every year. And run into people that have one, you know, bad experience or qualm with the person that they're dealing with, and then they just rip them online. And that's a stain, like, that you can't do anything about. You know, he told me, he's like, I have 5 or 6 reviews that people have asked me about. Like, hey, you seem like a really good therapist. But I saw that dude say that you were like one of the worst human beings of all time. So just trying to.
And I'm gonna tell you, it's so
crazy.
important this day and age. People research you on Google before they even go to your website. They care more about what that Google business page says than they do what's on your website.
Yeah.
Like seriously, and honestly, it's that age-old principle. You know, you make somebody happy, they might tell 1 or 2 people. You make somebody mad. See, I ain't say it, but you make somebody mad, they're gonna tell at least 10 folks.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing too. There are habitual complainers.
Mhm.
I mean, no matter what you do, they're going to complain.
Oh yeah.
And they're also, like I said, there's companies that actually have hit men. They'll say, this is my competitor.
Yep.
And they'll have a hit squad write bad reviews. And,
Oh, yeah.
you know, like you said, they don't vet these people. They're just kind of like, well, that was a bad review. And you're like, that wasn't even a customer. I don't even know who this person is, you know. And they're like,
I've seen it happen over and over again, like you would not believe.
Yeah.
Like I don't even remember seeing this person, and they sitting here leaving bad reviews. The other thing is, I've seen people, they thought they was leaving it for the right practice, but it was the wrong practice they was leaving it for, and they just going off. And we like, these doctors don't even exist here. What are you talking about?
Stop writing bad reviews for me, Kev.
I don't write reviews, okay? Good ones or bad ones. I talk about you on the radio.
I like that opportunity though, Jeff. That could be a feature we should consider down the road.
What's that?
You know, just how to protect your Google reviews.
Because I've worked with some big companies, and I'm saying this, I know that it happens.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, the sad part is though, you know, big companies a lot of times, like the Home Depots of the world, the McDonald's and this type of stuff, they can absorb that stuff. Because everybody know a McDonald's burger is nasty. But you still go eat it. You know what I'm saying?
I had one the other day.
Wow, Jeff, we thought you was off of that. But
it keeps calling me. It keeps calling.
It's your childhood. But for a real small business though, and especially like a startup, you might not even make it out your first year. You go out there and make folks upset, and you do a couple wrong things, and those negative reviews get to rolling. Trust me, you're not gonna be in business long. You really won't.
For sure. And like you said earlier, with customer retention.
Oh yeah.
You know, especially when you're small, I think that it's this. What's the right word? Fallacy might not be the right word, but I'm going to use it anyways. These small businesses think that they need to grow as fast as possible, and usually that's like as many sales or as many customers. But really, like the way to grow over time, steadily, and like progress is to get those customers and maintain relationships with those customers that turn into more and more business.
Yeah.
You know, so instead of thinking like cast the widest net and get the most fish, it's like, no, you need to be trying to get the most quality fish. And creating the best relationships with those people. So like you said, word of mouth is positive and not, you know, oh, like we bought their product and it was bad and the customer service sucked and they didn't pay any attention to us. You know, like that happens all the time. And that destroys businesses.
Mechanic shops.
Yeah.
Doctors' offices.
Restaurants.
I mean, it's so many industries this stuff applies to. I'm gonna tell you who else get it bad too. Gyms.
Yeah.
They get it horrible because folks get into these at the first of the year. They sign up for the plan, and then around about the third month, I ain't gonna do it. Or they stop going to the gym, and then they realize it's still coming out their account. And now you want out.
That's where it really is.
Oh yeah, and I've seen it happen so many times. Another thing, what's the new tech that you're excited about? What the new stuff that's coming out in our world? I know AI is really opening a lot of doors.
Replace me.
I know AI is really opening up a lot of doors and this type of stuff, and it's really expanding a lot of stuff and making some of our jobs easier, some of them harder. Yeah. But what are some of the new things or the new trends that you're seeing that's exciting you now?
Yeah, so this isn't like a secret, but I'm super interested in the world that is crypto and this metaverse that is being created. I'm fascinated by it because it's like the wild, wild west right now.
I know.
Like, there's no data. And there's
nothing to support the value of these coins.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's nothing to show you what's the right way or the wrong way or what's going to work because we don't know. Like it just came out. But these NFT companies that are basically just a marketer's like pipe dream.
Yeah.
Because what these people do is they create this vision roadmap
Oh,
for
yeah.
like what this NFT is going to give you in the future and all these cool bells and whistles that you can do with this NFT, and they don't even have a product. And millions of people start gaining traction. They see these like things that might come out eventually that they could pay for. And I'm so excited about that just because like I'm a marketer and I have a marketer's brain. So like what could I whip up? Like what dream could I sell essentially that would gain enough traction online? I've been working on a couple things, nothing like tangible enough to be able to talk about right now.
Okay.
But I mean, I think the NFT space and like this whole metaverse, this virtual world that's quickly being integrated in society. I don't know. I think that's so fun.
I don't know, man. This is my biggest fear with this crypto market because the swings are so dramatic. You know, just a few months ago, we was looking at Bitcoin going up to 60, thinking it was going to go up to 100,000. Now it's at 35. And that was just yesterday. So they don't tell them what it's at today. And it never stops trading. It's 24 hours a day. So they can run that value or drop that value all day long. And you saw what Elon Musk did to it. Because when he bought in, everybody just knew this was the thing. And then he dumped all of it on y'all. I'm just saying. I lost money, Elon. You need to come on and talk to me about that with Elon. I lost some money on that one.
Yeah, no, I like the crypto swings though. And I'm coming from a bullish millennial perspective here.
Okay.
But like there's so many people that like invest in the crypto and then they watch it every day and they're like, oh my gosh, like my account is down 1,000%.
I had to stop doing that.
Yeah, but in reality, like I see a headline like Bitcoin just hit 34,000, and in my head, I'm like, that's free money.
Yeah,
like buy that because
it's
2
going
months
up.
ago is at 60, and if you read the charts, guess where it's going to be in a short amount of time. Like that's literally free money. Just like throw it in, it's gonna go back up. You can bash me if I'm wrong in a couple months here, but
no, you're right. We've seen it the whole time.
Do you cash out like when it spikes? Cash out some of it, or you just let it ride?
So I'm not swing trading crypto. I think that's a wild game.
Oh,
like if you're playing short-term crypto, you're a wild type of person.
Oh yeah.
Like
he say you're wild. With one hand you got whiskey and the other.
Like seriously, he's swinging and hitting buttons.
Seriously, you might well just be throwing money up in the air and hope something go somewhere for real.
Yeah, but no, all of it's long-term plays for me. I mean, it's too, like you said, it's too volatile.
Oh, yeah.
But if you track Bitcoin in the past 10 years,
oh yeah,
like,
it's always
like
going back.
Scary to look at. Yeah. You know, it's like, oh, I could have bought Bitcoin at $4 10 years ago.
I remember when it was at 13,000. I remember when it was at 13,000, and we was putting money together trying to get the 13 up. I was like, bro, we got to get this. So no, I get it. And then especially with the markets being so volatile right now, like it's just crazy as I don't know what out there. But no, funny story though, and we gotta let Cole get out of here because I know you're a busy man. But funny story. So me and him was working for this company or whatever, and we doing our work, working back and forth. And then next thing I know, I'm looking at this dude. He on the beach somewhere chilling in a whole nother country. I'm like, bro, I'm sitting in my office. What you doing? He chilling on the beach on his laptop, bro. I'm getting it in.
Yo, you want to hear the backstory to that? Though? It is pretty funny.
Go ahead.
So it was in 2020, and at the beginning of that year was when I was the most invested into learning about stocks and trading. So for the first 3 months, the timing is crazy, but for the first 3 months of 2020, before any of the COVID stuff came out, all I was doing was reading books on stocks, watching YouTube videos, like figuring out my strategy, how to maneuver the markets, and I was as invested as you possibly could be in learning it. Okay. So I had 3 months of just being in the cave, learning and writing on walls and being like a madman, right? And then COVID hit and everything changed, right? All of the businesses closed, the whole world stopped. Oh yeah. And what happened was all the rich people were like, well, everybody's at home. This is a great time to throw around money and move the markets. So I don't know if you guys made any trades. I made a bunch. But everybody succeeded in 20. I know so many people were sitting behind the laptop like I was in 2020. Like, I am a freaking genius. Like,
Yeah.
I know how like everything I buy goes up, and then I sell it. Like, this is easy.
I remember that, bro. It's like
Yeah.
literally everything was just
Exactly.
climbing and climbing and climbing. These crazy companies, and all of it just skyrocketing.
I know. So I'm like playing options contracts and spending money and getting risky. And I was only getting returns, like
Wow.
no failure. So one day I was like, screw my day job. Like, I'm going to do this full time. Like, I'm making more money on my laptop than I am working for this dude.
Oh, yeah.
So I said, screw it. I went to the beach. I was chilling there for like 2 months, day trading.
I'm telling you, he was chilling too, bro.
So basically what you're saying is you text Kevin and was like, tell the boss I'm not coming back.
Ever.
Yep.
He did it too.
Yeah, but then the funny reality of that story is that 2021 hit,
Yep.
everything crashed.
Yep.
And all I did was lose for like a month. And I was like, oh, this isn't like a sustainable
Yeah.
lifestyle.
Wow.
It's like you really got to be on it to be a day trader. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, man, I know I tell you I wouldn't hold you too long, man, but thank you so much for coming in today, man. I know you're a busy man and all this type of stuff. I can't wait to get you back in here. So once we launch this thing for real. But one and only, Cole Cummins, right here on the #1 rated business show.
SEO rules.
And for all of my Amazon folks, we got the Amazon guy in the building. So if you on Amazon, you're selling on Amazon, hold on during this commercial break. We'll be right back after this.
Amazon. Wait, what?
I ain't shopping on Amazon. Thank you so much, man.
Thanks, man.
Killed it.
Oh, yeah. You can hang out if you want, or you can go and roll if you want to.
Yeah, well, what are you doing like after the work day?
I got to run today, but we'll get together next week for real. Because I'm here every day, so I'll give you a call when we get off here.
I do want to have like lunch and talk ideas with y'all.
Sure. Let me see if I can pull out tomorrow.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Just let me know.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks again, y'all.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that was great, man. We're going to have some SEO talks, too.
Absolutely.
All right, brother.
Cool. Nice to meet you, man.
Cool.
Let me see things so we can get you introduced on here.
So these are the topics. I can swing whatever you want.
Okay. Another freestyle.
Here's my intro.
Okay.
You can read whatever's good for you.
Cool. Thanks.
This mine?
Nah, it's on me, but I mean, you can.
I don't need
I pretty much watch him anyway, so I'm
the one
commercial
paying
breaks come. I'll
attention
just
to
look his way, and he let us know when the commercial breaks up.
So you used to be a TV reporter?
I did.
Wow. Okay. And you went from that to Amazon?
I've done a lot of things.
I see.
You was on the beach too, huh?
No,
I
I never did the beach. I stayed in my house.
No, I quit.
I did some Ethereum trading though.
Oh, really?
Everybody did, right?
Ethereum?
Yeah.
I lost some money on them. I should have known what I was doing with Ethereum.
But yeah, if you Google Amazon guy, I beat Jeff Bezos.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So I'm #1 SEO for Amazon guy.
Wow. It's amazing we have an SEO conversation.
Yeah. And I've been in SEO since 2001, and I still haven't figured out Amazon SEO.
It's a totally different game. I happen to be the #1 SEO expert on Amazon in the world.
Wow.
I don't say that lightly.
I'm gonna enjoy this conversation because I never figured out Amazon. I mean, it just was like the algorithm's different, and
I broke some news about.
Thank y'all so much for joining the show.
I broke some news about SEO over the weekend about how the search engine actually works on Amazon. All the SEO tools are wrong. All of them.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's a game changer. I mean, if you can learn that, that's a game changer.
So I've got 900 videos on YouTube where I talk about how to grow sales on Amazon.
Wow. That's big. Yeah, I need to start getting on Amazon.
And we are back right here on the Real 1100. iHeartRadio pumping all over the world for my Amazon people.
Yes.
This man has done everything from my refund guy to women's plus size clothes. You're going to have to explain that one. But in studio with us today, he is the #1 expert in SEO on Amazon. He is known all over the world for being the Amazon guy, Mr. Stephen Pope.
Thanks for having me on, Casey. Appreciate it. So
yeah, I spend money on Amazon. He makes money on Amazon.
It's the difference, ain't it?
So I'm gonna just sit and listen because I'm definitely not the person to ask questions about Amazon.
Hey, I buy everything on Amazon. I don't like leaving my house. I'm so introverted that those brown boxes are piling up in the garage.
Oh, wow.
They even bring brown bags now.
Do they?
Yeah, you can do Amazon local, and they'll bring stuff straight to the house, like groceries and this type of stuff.
Oh, wow.
I had no idea. I know.
Mm.
But no, man. Tell us, number one, what got you into doing SEO on Amazon? Because a lot of folks don't even think about, where's Amazon? You know, I just need to put my product on there. So they don't even think about, hey, I need to make sure this pops up in Amazon search engine, not just Google's.
Everything that you try and do to sell products online requires two things. You gotta drive traffic,
Yep.
and you gotta improve conversion.
Whew.
And in traffic, it comes down to PPC, which is pay-per-click advertising, and search engine optimization. And then when it comes to conversion, you have to load the catalog and the data. This is the part that nobody understands.
Okay.
And then you got to build out some designs so people find your product attractive and they buy it and they convert. So traffic and conversion leads to sales.
Wow. Now
You make it sound simple.
you do make it sound simple, don't it?
It's just hard to execute.
Now, that's what I was gonna say, because you got over 1 billion products on Amazon now.
You do.
How is it that, I mean, you got to be selling something that somebody else selling. So with us selling, you know, some of the same products and this type of stuff, our description is gonna be a lot the same, our meta tags, all that type of stuff. So how is it that you are able to get so much better than a lot of other folks is in the exact same market?
I enjoyed your last segment. You guys talking about SEO. I also have a background in SEO.
Okay.
Right? And so one website, Admix.com, precious metals dealer, sells gold and silver coins. I actually increased their SEO traffic by 10 million uniques year over year.
Wow.
And so I've been doing SEO for over a decade. And then when I started seeing the trend of everybody going on Amazon, it was just like the crypto ride or the stock market ride of 2020 that you guys were talking about. Everybody was seeing success on Amazon, right? Like, so I got involved in the beta testing of advertising on Amazon, and I was selling rice cookers for 2 cents a click. And it was just like, oh, this is easy, right? So after I worked on the corporate side for so many years, about a decade, I picked up a bunch of side hustle consulting. And then at one point it was like, oh my gosh, there's more side hustle consulting than there is to do for a corporate job. And so I talked to the wife, I'm in the laundry room, and she's like, well, what are we going to call this company? And she says, what do you normally introduce yourself as? And so I say, one of my guys, they'll just say, hey, they don't care who I am. Like, I'm just a guy, right?
Yeah.
So just talk to my Amazon guy. And that's how it happened.
Wow.
That is that, but the stuff that happens like that, it seems magic, right?
Yeah,
because those always be the most successful companies.
I'm in the laundry room and I'm like, don't put your whites with your colors. And I'm like, okay. Okay. His wife's like, yeah, we're gonna build this company.
I told my wife I was starting another business. She said I want a divorce. So she said, "Yeah, ain't never here."
Those serial entrepreneurs listening right now, yeah. If you sell your business or you moved on, you know what you do when you took that 2-week break? You'd start 3 more businesses. Right?
Oh yeah,
that's exactly what entrepreneurs do.
Because we don't know nothing else.
That's so true.
It's a good life. It's a good life. Why go back to that 9-to-5 job, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so, speaking of SEO, if anybody wants to find me, if you just type in Amazon guy right now on your phone, I actually beat Jeff Bezos. That's Jeff Bezos' photo right there.
Wow.
And I'm right. I'm actually, my website beats him. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
Take that, Jeff.
Jeff said he ain't out of space right now. He ain't worried about y'all. He said y'all can have Amazon.
Exactly. Take that, Jeff. Now.
But with so many people still just now coming on and so many people starting their businesses, Amazon still the right marketplace to be in?
There's going to be a 2-part answer to that. So it's never been a better time to sell on Amazon. That's a true statement. I'm obviously biased. I'm the Amazon guy. Of course, I'm going to say this. But the second part is it's never been harder to sell on Amazon.
Exactly.
There's a couple of reasons for that. So the first is there's these things called Amazon aggregators.
Okay.
I built the website AmazonAggregators.com. You can check it out. Basically, $13 billion have entered the space in the last 16 or so months.
Wow.
So 50 big companies, Thrasio, Perch, Heyday, there's a bunch of other big ones, Boosted Commerce, all of these big conglomerates who have money, and they're like, there's nowhere else to put money right now. I can't trust the money in the stock market. I can't trust the money over here. So they're dumping it inside of Amazon. So what that's caused is advertising costs are up 35% year over year. In 1 year, 35%.
Wow.
Now, mind you, I've been doing advertising since Amazon was in a closed beta, and I was getting 2 cents a click. So I got addicted to that stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
And now it's like, oh, I got to wean off a little bit. So that's why you got to focus on that SEO, right?
Yeah.
But so you got Amazon aggregators on the left, increasing your costs and making it so you got to spend more to get your product to sell.
Okay.
Then you got the Chinese coming in from the right, And the Chinese are lowering the product costs, and they're selling directly to consumers
Wow.
for the first time.
Oh, wow.
And so you're not just competing against, your neighbor now, you're competing against
The
the
entire
entire
globe.
world. And so more costs, lower margin, and then Amazon is on top of you, pushing you down because the marketplace is entering the maturity phase. They're making it harder. They're increasing the policies. You got to have product insurance now. You know how to get product insurance? Oh my gosh, it's a nightmare, right? Like, then you got to have your certificates and all of these things. You want to sell a supplement on Amazon? Good luck. That's the hardest category on Amazon. Don't do that.
But tell me this:
Wow.
Is this stuff born out of trying to make it harder for people, or is it born out of so many problems that they've had with people just allowing people to sell whatever products they wanted? Because a lot of times that's where this stuff comes from.
It's the maturity of a marketplace. Like every marketplace or business always goes through this. So we're at the peak right now. It's still going up. It's going to come down soon, but we're entering the maturity phase. So what Amazon does is they're like 80-20 rule. Hey, you 20% of actors, we're going to make this policy change that cuts that down by 80%.
Okay.
Right. And of course, there's going to be some good guys that get hit with the slaps and it's harder for them to run their business. But as far as Amazon's concerned, as long as they can take out a few baddies, they're okay with it.
Okay.
Wow.
Big bank take little bank too.
Yeah.
Now,
wow.
Amazon is considered to be like the second largest search engine next to Google. Like seriously.
It's the number one for products.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. Number one place people start their product search is on Amazon.
That is true.
Better than Google.
Even if I'm gonna buy something in real life, I'm gonna go to Amazon first just to check it out.
That changed about 4 or 5 years ago.
Wow.
And so now people go to Amazon first. So if you're not on Amazon and you sell a product, you're irrelevant, right? Like you're just flat out irrelevant because that's the number one place people go. And you talk about review generation. What more credible can you get than people who have bought your product and you got stars on Amazon?
Now, tell me the emergence of live TV over on Amazon, because you see it now. I guess they checked out all the folks on YouTube that was doing Amazon product reviews, and now they've been incorporated into the platform. And now you're seeing folks going live all the time on Amazon, like just doing straight content right there.
Yeah, so I used to be a TV reporter, and I loved being in television. I got out of the biz though. 2008. I entered the biz and it was like on the downturn, and I was the last employee hired at my TV station before it goes under, right? And so I was like, okay, I get out of this. I'm going to go into a growing sector. I got into e-commerce. E-commerce has just gone up, up, up. It's way more fun being in the elevator on the way up.
Oh yeah.
But with Amazon Live TV and all that good stuff, right? So I guess there's kind of like two topics you could talk about here. One is the actual programming and the shows they're buying. Can't wait for some, Lord of the Rings coming out on Amazon Prime. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Wow.
But on my side, where my expertise is, if you want to sell more products, the best way to do this is to go to the locations that have the least amount of competition, the lowest cost, the Gary V strat. So all those entrepreneurs listening to Gary V podcast will understand this. You pivot the
That's
money.
your boy.
Yeah, you pivot the money wherever it can have the best bang for a buck. And right now, video content, number one best bang for the buck. So video ads, Amazon Live, all those things you can do to make sure that you can be seen by more people more often and sell more products for more money, right? Those are the four things you got to do in e-commerce, right? Those four things.
Wow. And so you're basically just saying, okay, this is a good category. We're going to go video. We're going to make it to where we can sell more. There's less competition, basic business strategy.
Basic business strategy.
That is really amazing though, because number one, it's one of those type things. People getting rich off Amazon, just regular folk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they're able to start a business and be in the marketplace. Because I used to tell folks all the time, do you want to be over here on your website with no traffic, or do you want to be where everybody already at?
Yeah.
So it's the fastest marketplace you can grow on. So if you're going to launch a website, you're looking at 2 or 3 months, get that stuff going. On Amazon, it's 6 weeks.
Wow.
You can have everything going up in 6 weeks. And then Amazon does all the shipping for you too. So you don't even have to deal with a warehouse or a 3PL.
Yeah.
Those, lifting all those brown boxes. Nobody wants to do that.
Yeah.
But, and to be clear, like, is it still possible to launch as a mom and pop side hustler? Yeah, absolutely. But don't do this thing full time until you've done this side hustle for a year. You keep that full-time job, before you go full-time, trying to be an entrepreneur and go all in, because it takes investment, right? You can't just take a profit after you launch. You got to actually mature it. You got to, and putting money into product takes a lot of capital.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And you spoke about local. How is this affecting mom and pops? Because you hear the rumors about a lot of mom and pops going out of business because of Amazon. How is that affecting them?
The traditional retail model is completely changed and challenged, quite frankly, right? So you can't just buy something from a wholesaler and open up a shop and expect it to work. Why? Because somebody can undercut you 20, 15% by going to Amazon. And then you've got what's called Amazon Prime. You're shipping to a fulfillment facility. And so I can get my stuff in 2 days on Amazon anywhere in the country. I can also get my stuff same day. That's not even fast enough, right? That's not fast enough for you, Jeff Bezos. How about 2-hour delivery, right? And so it's like, okay, why would I even leave my house at this point?
Yeah, especially when, I mean, I'm going to be honest, over the past year, you'll go to a store, physical location. You then from there find out they don't have it. Then you go to another store, and then you go to another, and then you're like, I should have just got it offline, you know.
And I ain't have to go nowhere in the first place.
Exactly.
It's hard to find stuff these days. And so that's why I think Amazon wins. Now, Amazon doesn't care if you sell the item or I sell the item. They know that if a customer goes to Amazon, they're going to leave with a purchase. So that means brands on Amazon not doing so hot. It's hard to build brand equity. For example, if I asked you, what was the last thing you bought on Amazon?
I
not as colorful as these socks, I know.
Yeah, I bought struts for my bins because my baby's going right now. I'm riding low.
There you go. But if you asked 100 people, what was the last item you bought on Amazon? Some would say socks, some would say whatever. And then you said, okay, cool. What was the name of the brand that you bought from? Maybe 3 or 4 people out of 100 would get that.
Yeah, the cheapest one with 5 stars.
Exactly.
I don't know the brand name of
it.
They
commoditized it. Just like when Verizon Wireless is like, can you hear me now? And over time, every single entire singular network had the same thing. That network got commoditized. So there's no sales benefit to buying one particular network from another on a phone. The same is now becoming true on Amazon. That's why it's maturing as a platform. So as a brand owner, and by the way, if I said, okay, cool, what was the name of the seller you bought from after asking the name of the brand name?
Millennium.
Nobody would get that, right? Like, so the seller name and who you are as a retailer, you have no equity with the consumer anymore.
So tell me this. How does somebody get started and actually succeed in Amazon in this day and age?
So you got to have a good product. That's the easy answer, right?
Okay.
Now, there's a lot of data tools out there, and I talk about Helium 10 and Jungle Scout and all these cool data tools. Now, if you're just like curious, you just want to look at things, go sign up for one of those tools. You know, I even have a discount for 50% off Helium 10 if you go to myamazonguy.com/H10.
Okay.
But before you make a commitment, you need to know 2 things. Number one, everybody can see the same data as you. There's more data available on what sells on Amazon than there ever has been before.
Wow.
So right now I could go on and tell you who's the best seller, how many units they're moving, and I could tell you of the top 50 sellers, how much units each and every one of them are moving. I can also tell you all of their keywords. So all of your SEO keywords you've ever used, you know, you got your Ahrefs and your SEM rushes and whatever, right? You got more data and more power than what you have on Google on Amazon because they have what's called a BSR, a business ranking that shows you where you are compared against everybody else live. So it's a never-ending golf score, lower score wins. And so you can see like who's moving. You see the movers and shakers.
And you can see their keywords.
You can see all of their keywords, all of them.
Now tell me this, because this has always been a big myth, and nobody has ever really been able to verify or deny it one way or the other. But a lot of folks have said that they don't like to shop on Amazon because even if you do, I mean, they don't like to sell on Amazon because even if you do, then Amazon copies your product, and then they change the search algorithm to make their products come up first, or either they put it in the Prime and then keep yours out of the Prime. So
in a perfect world, I would buy everything local, and I would be making handshake deals and relationships.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, that's a little rough right now.
Right?
Oh yeah. But in Amazon's world, the moment Amazon can cut you out, they will. So product life cycle, you might have 2 years on a product before somebody knocks you off. The Chinese are bringing that cycle down to 2 or 3 months. So if you look at some
big copycat
viral TikTok video and it's like, oh, I'm going to go sell that. I'm going to get into fidget spinners or whatever, right? The Chinese are going to beat you way faster manufacturing that stuff than you ever could. So don't try and do that. What you need to do is go for evergreen products that you understand. You can't just look at the data. The data is so prevalent. Everybody has access to the same data. So if there's a trend and something spikes, guess what? 3 months from now, there's going to be another 100 people selling that stuff.
Okay.
So I was a competitive chess player growing up. I understand chess. You know, I could tell you everything there is about a chessboard and how to play in the U.S. circuit, whatever. I played in the U.S. Open. So if I was going to launch a product today and I launched something in chess, I'd have a huge advantage because I understand the community, what they're seeking, how to build engagements. It's no longer about review generation, by the way.
Okay.
It's about consumer engagement.
Okay.
And so if you're trying to, like, you put a product insert, you ever get a product insert from one of those things you buy off Amazon? They're like, hey, give me a review. I'll give you $20. I'll give you a refund.
Yeah.
We've seen that.
That's black hat. That's totally in violation of all Amazon terms and conditions. They're cracking down on that stuff. They're making you pull your inventory out of Amazon's FBA facility.
Wow.
So what you got to do instead, don't use the word review. Instead, say, hey, pull out your phone, take a picture of you using my product, post it on Instagram, hashtag my brand name, a la my Amazon guy.
Okay.
And if you do that, I will give you a $20 gift card to my website.
Wow.
Oh.
And if you do that, then you're going to get more photos, which then you can repost that over into all of your social media. By the way, did you know that Amazon has a social media platform?
No, we
didn't.
Yeah, it's called Amazon Social.
Wow.
Nobody knows about it. But if you pull out your phone right now and go to any product on Amazon, right? So I have two brands. I have Momstir, that's MOMSTIR, like a mom that wants to stir things up in the kitchen.
Okay.
Okay.
Right? I sell Sony, the brand. I don't want my on your mobile. It works on mobile. It doesn't do it on the social post. Free. So if I social posts, Amazon social, you got that if you're
Now tell me this: are you saying that advertising and this type of stuff for Amazon more effective than organic engagement? Which one do you see actually really drives those customer sales?
You need both. So those 4 areas that we started on: PPC, SEO, catalog design. If you don't do all those areas, you're not going to succeed. So I had the #1 wine glass on Amazon. You could type in the word wine glass. I had the #1 product.
Wow.
Came up first. It got banned from advertising because it had the word drinking on it. It was a stupid, silly wine glass. I'm not social distancing. I'm not drinking alone. I'm social distancing, right? I can butcher it. Right? Okay.
I've seen that glass.
Yeah, and it's got 2,000 reviews on it, whatever. So really cool glass. Had a good heyday, but the cost. I did so well that Amazon finally had the robots go through, and they're like, "Oh, you can't promote alcoholism." I'm like, "What? I could drink water out of a glass. I don't sell alcohol." But because I had the word drinking, they banned it from ads. Within 14 days, it went from organic position 1. This is, mind you, the term wine glass.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking hundreds of thousands of people search for wine glass. Went down to position 47, and I've been there for about a year now.
Wow.
And so when you talk about the relationship between advertising and search engine optimization, they go hand in hand.
Yeah.
You cannot do one without the other. There's also this thing called the honeymoon period on Amazon. First 2 to 4 weeks you launch a product on Amazon, you want to increase your velocity. You need sales to get sales. Sounds weird, I know, right?
Yeah.
But once you have velocity, this is the biggest difference between Amazon and any other platform in the world. If you increase your velocity and get more products sold on Amazon, you leapfrog the competition. And especially true if you do this in that honeymoon period, that first 2 to 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Then you will organically rank faster. So a good product indexes for 1,000 keywords within the first 30 days of launching on Amazon.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And your job is to index for as many keywords as possible. And that means show up in the search results.
Now, do you find doing a little bit more like novelty items and stuff, like you said, the funny wine glasses and stuff like that, something that some people just can't just outright copy so fast? Do you find that works better as far as product sales? Or is it like different type of products or more traditional stuff like pots, pans, or shirts and hats, or just stuff like that?
It depends on your goal.
Okay.
If you are side hustling and you're looking for a niche product where you have less competition, less risk, and less overall profits to make because of all the less of those situations, then that's the way to go, right?
Okay.
Build out a novelty product. So my Momstir brand, I have a huge margin on it because I sell a wine glass for $15. I buy it for $3. My shipping cost is $3.50. And then my advertising cost might be $1.57 per product.
Wow.
Right? Margins check out. But everybody and their dogs can copy what I'm doing, right? And so you have to be clever. You have to show the product in use. Give me the lifestyle shots. Give me the videos of me drinking from the glass. Give me what's called enhanced brand content. Did you know that they index everything on the Amazon page? Every single thing that you see on Amazon's product page is indexed. Even
the pictures and the metadata behind that.
All of that's indexed. People don't understand that. Amazon's publicly stated that they don't index A+ content, but they do. And I know this. And anybody who's an Amazon seller listening right now, you can test this yourself. Take any keyword in Spanish, put it on one of your alt text or your photos, and within 48 hours, it will index. I guarantee it.
Well, unfortunately, man, it's been such a great conversation we had at the end of the show. We gotta have you back, man, and just spend a whole hour digging into this, because we got so many folks in the comment that everybody wants to know how to get in contact with you, how you can help them make more money on Amazon. So if you would please give them your information, just real quick,
Sure.
how they can follow you. Just one place. Folks driving around too.
My name is Stephen Pope, and I'm My Amazon Guy. Find me on myamazonguy.com or on YouTube, My Amazon Guy.
There you go, Al Jr. My Amazon Guy. Just Google him. He said he the #1 SEO man in the world, so I know he gonna pull up #1.
All I know
will.
is I need to start making my money back.
I know that's right. But now, man, when as soon as we can get you back in here, man, like I say, you are just so many folks just buzzing about this. We definitely want to have you back so we can continue this conversation because everybody wants to be part of Amazon. Ladies and gentlemen, until tomorrow at 3 o'clock, we will be live once again back in studio. Thank you so much, Cole Cummins, for coming in. Thank you so much to the Amazon guy, Mr. Marketology and the rock star himself. We'll be back tomorrow at 3 right here on the Real 1100 AM iHeartRadio all over the world. The camera is not looking at me, bro. We out. Oh, man, that is amazing, though.
You guys got some personality. I like it.
Thank you, man.
We